Alive on the Mounjaro. It's on the pen alive with your host David Knapp.
Are we here? All of a sudden I added us to the stream and I don't see us. Can you at least hear us? Is there an audible sound? Nothing. What happened to me?
Oh, more June bugs.
Hey, here we are. The phone went to sleep. Are we there? Can you hear us? We're fighting the June bugs. We're live. Can you hear us? Hello. Welcome. You are on the pen live. I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Mounjaro. That's why I'm here. You're on the pen. That's why you're here. And this is Krissy, cousin Krissy. That's why she's here. Live on our deck, swallowing June bugs.
Hopefully not swallowing it.
With an audience of my children looking out onto the deck.
They're so adorable.
I hope that you guys can hear us. Audio is on, yes. And I hope that my phone doesn't go to sleep again. And yeah, let's hope that that doesn't happen. I hope that you're all doing well. Welcome to On the Pen Live on a Wednesday night, nonetheless. Thank you all for being here tonight, for letting us call an audible. And Krissy, thank you for being here.
Calling an audible.
Absolutely. It is so great to see you, Stephanie, Sue, Sandra, Cheryl, Michelle, Krissy, BJ, Donna, and new member Melissa. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing well tonight. We've got a great show in store for you tonight, live with Krissy. Who knows what we'll get into? We've already swallowed a couple June bugs. Krissy was just tracking them in
Welcome
her
to the
MyFitnessPal.
Midwest.
Excellent protein. Just ask Bill Gates. Yep, absolutely. We'll all be eating June bugs with a couple more years of the Biden administration here. I hope you're all doing well. Oh, I think I got
This is going to be the best show yet.
I think so. I really think so. And if not, we'll at least have fun because we always at least do that. So yeah, we're just on the old. We're attracting all the bugs.
All the bugs.
Neighborhood. But we are. Yeah, we're here. We're live. We're gonna have a great show. We've got some fake news to get through, just like we always do. If this is your first time here, we do a little fake news. We talk about what's fresh in the GLP-1 community, and then we talk about a hot channel. The hot channel tonight is cousin Krissy's channel at. Wait, what do you call it?
Life? Oh, it's Life with the Chrysanthemum.
Life with the Chrysanthemum.
It had to change because, like, that's what it became. This is life, and just you're here for the ride or you're not.
Yeah. Like it or not.
Like it or not.
Yeah. So we're excited for the videos that she posted. You just posted one. Was it like 2 days ago that you posted another video?
I did. I did an update, but such as my brain, I saw something on my way to do my update, and it became a whole nother thing. But you know, I think it was good.
It's scary how similarly we're wired. It really is. But
I almost brought the cottage cheese, but I decided I didn't have the good stuff. I did not have the 4% small curd. Pick it up with an ice cream.
And scoop. I don't want no bootleg.
No, he doesn't need the diet stuff for the first time. He needs to know what the real deal is.
I need the fully leaded stuff. So, one of these times, I'm going to get it. Did I tell you the story about the grill?
Yeah.
How I don't have one?
Oh, no. Wait.
So, we did the Cousins Challenge. If you guys have been part of this channel and watched these On the Pen Lives, you know that Krissy and I had a little contest that we ran for a few weeks leading up to Easter, a contest that Krissy whooped me in. It was a little weight loss contest. And so I owe her a steak, and I owe her trying cottage cheese for the first time. As an adult, I'm sure maybe I tried it as a kid or something.
I don't know. We did interview the family at Easter, and I think there's only one of you, Brooke. I think was the only one that was like, I love it. And I don't think that she...
Yeah, it wasn't...
Ham bone, sorry.
Ham bone. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing in our house. This is going to be bad. I thought we were like, this would be something we could do.
Is it going to be bad or is it going to be good? I mean,
TBD.
It's all in how you look at it. Did you die?
Exactly. I might end up with malaria by the time the night is over. But yeah, so I owe her a steak. I owe her this cottage cheese. Anyways, I'm going to go get some good steaks for her. The weather's been crappy here. I've been traveling. There's been a lot of reasons why we haven't been able to do that.
Right.
But I realized when I went to get my grill out to grill for myself a couple weeks ago that at the end of the season last year, I had this great idea to bequeath my grill to the neighbor kid who was moving into his first dorm down in Iowa City. I'm like, well, you can't move down there and not have a grill, right? So I was like, take this. I need to upgrade it anyway. So I gave him the grill, gave him a couple steaks I had in the freezer, like happy graduation type of deal.
Tailgaters everywhere, thank you.
Absolutely. Actually, your sister lived like right at Kinnick Stadium, right?
Yes, she did.
So yeah, Stephanie with the $3 super sticker. Thank you for being the best part of this channel. So I not only do I owe you a steak, not only do I owe you eating cottage cheese, which we can do that on separate nights if you want to come back and we do this again.
Hey, but I got about 2 months of my husband not having to leave for work. I'm just saying.
All right. Kudos to Nick and his bum foot. Glad to hear he's doing well.
I think it's a 12 and a half now, by the way. My husband has a size 13 shoe, and I'm pretty certain he's got 2 different size feet now.
That sucks. He's gonna have to be doing some like
so glad he doesn't watch
shoe swapping at Foot Locker. Like,
I know. I'm just like, you know what? This could work out. You know, we could be those people that, you know, that mismatched box actually works out for us.
There you go. Or you're gonna be the one that makes the mismatched box, and then somebody else ends up with.
They're never gonna know.
They're gonna know. So yeah. So I have to get a grill first. So that's first.
Or I have a pit boss. You might need to come drive mine first before you decide if you're going to go get, whoa, I thought he was going to hit me, guys.
He was that close to getting stuck in your hair.
Oh, I think that one was almost on camera. Oh,
these June, I must not have
They're
heard
no joke. Nobody hears from
like
the
big.
Midwest. So I think.
Yeah, June bugs are like a small bird.
All you Californians or Virginians, who's from Virginia? Someone's from
There's
Virginia.
People from all over.
I know.
Mel's from the East Coast somewhere.
Who did we, yeah.
Anyway,
sorry.
I got to get a grill. So how about this? I have been waffling back and forth between a smoker grill combo and a Blackstone, a big Blackstone, because
there is a triple. There is a triple, and it was actually cheaper than the actual.
So I'm looking out for you.
I'm
just gonna give you one right across the face.
Hey, I swear it was a June bug.
Sorry.
But there's a triple. Because I got a really big pit boss because I had 5 people in my family and I like to prep ahead. But so you'll very frequently see, you know, 900 pieces of meat on my grill. But there's a triple. There's a gas charcoal or / smoker, flat top. You can.
Oh. So here's the deal. That might be a little too rich for my blood. I don't know. But how about tonight? The biggest super chat of the night gets to pick which kind of grill I go buy.
Oh my gosh. Don't say Traeger. If you guys say Traeger, I swear.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to be some really big super chats to afford a Traeger. But biggest super chat of the night. You can choose what kind of grill. If you're a grill aficionado, throw a super chat in there. You can pick my next grill. We'll do a video on it.
Hey, the next time we could do it from my patio and we could sit next to the pit boss and you can check it out and see how beefy it is. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm the griller in our house.
Are you?
Yes. I'm the cook. I grill. So when I took my husband to Lowe's and talked him into my $600 grill, it was there was a lot of sucking up to do.
Yeah. You should have waited till he was.
I'll mow the lawn. And he knew that wasn't.
You should have waited till he was on the meds from the
oxy. That'd have done it.
Sue, thank you for the $5 super chat. You are the best part of this channel. I appreciate you, dude. So that's kind of the general update of the Cousins Challenge and the reason, the whole a very long-winded backstory of why I owe Krissy eating cottage cheese.
The audience was for the Blackstone.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Cheap charcoal grill.
Oh yeah, see Sue, that's the way I roll. A Weber with the charcoal briquettes.
The cheaper the better. Are we talking like camping Weber? Like he's gonna burn the deck down, or? I had one of those when I was a single mom. I tell you what.
Cooking with charcoal is underrated. I enjoy it. So Sue, you're in the lead with the $5 super chat. Oh man, Stephanie, holy smokes, with the $20 super sticker. Stephanie's in the lead. She's gonna try cottage cheese. She's got a $20 super sticker, so you're in the lead.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have to keep track of that as we move through the chat. But let's get into it tonight. Let's get a little bit into it. Let's start tonight with what's fresh. What's fresh on the channel? What is fresh? All right, so shout out to Melissa H, but really shout out to Krissy G, who has created a little community on a app called, I want to say something that's not right, so I'm going to look it up. Stride Kick. Stride Kick. So Stride Kick is the name of the app. And Stride Kick is just like a community building, movement tracking app, right?
So a person could do another challenge via
exactly,
said app?
Exactly. So I think Krissy G actually does one of these with her group. Maybe we'll do one with my channel. That might be the What's Fresh in next week. But I'm on there now. So if you're on Stride Kick, find Man on the Mounjaro. We can be friends there. I'm really using that because earlier in the week I posted a video. I kind of was telling everybody how I've hit this lull in my journey, basically due to, I don't know, it's moving back to the 5 milligram from the 15 was a shock to my system. Once the half-life wore off of the bigger doses and that 5 really kicked in the last, I'd say 2 weeks, the appetite suppression has been completely gone. And the appetite has been like through the roof. Like I the other night, like I got the side eye from Jenny. Like I came in with a peanut butter sandwich to the bed at like 11:45, and she's like, "Oh, well, that's one way to live your life."
Right.
And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm ravenous today." And so that's kind of where I'm at. And so that obviously leads to some frustration because obviously it's not just the appetite suppression being gone, but it's the making bad choices on top of that, right? So anyways, part of the thing that part of the thing that I've been trying to tell myself is like, I need to get motivated. I need to stay motivated, and I need to be accountable to just move more throughout the day. And so Mel reached out to me. So shout out, Mel. Thank you so much for following up with me on that. And I downloaded the Stride Kick app. So I downloaded that today. So all my movements tracking. So it's like out there for the world to see. So when you see that I only move 3,000 steps a day, well, now you know. So I hope that serves as some accountability for me. You should download it too. We were going to do some walks.
We were going to go on a walk today, but darn job got in the way.
Freaking work. It's overrated.
You know, you should just work 3 days a week like I do.
That would be nice. I'm going to run that by my boss tomorrow, see how she takes that.
Is that Jenny or the one?
She's one of them. I have a Jenny boss at home and I have a Jenny boss at work.
2 Jennies.
Yeah.
I love it.
Abby has been a member for 3 months. Abby, thank you for being the best part of this channel. You are awesome. Somebody's leaf blowing right now.
The best time to leaf blow.
Yeah.
Oh, woo.
Awesome.
Hi. Hey. Sorry.
So anyways, yeah, leaf blowing.
I love that you were distracted over there and I'm fighting the biggest June bug of my life. And
I KO'd one a minute ago.
And we regroup.
I hit it and I heard it hit the ground. So I know I KO'd one of them. There's probably a whole mess of them. So yeah, thank you all for being members, especially you, Abby, who's been a member for 3 months. Shout out to you. Thank you so much.
How do you guys do that? Because I never...
So I think it pops up when you hit your anniversary and there's just something you can...
Mine never does.
...punch and it should. It's probably because you're on the show and not paying attention. Krissy's been a member for 3 months, so thank you, Krissy. Also, you are the best part of this channel.
Love it.
Yeah, so, yeah, awesome. Stephanie says, the night kills me too. I want to eat. Yeah, I find like idle hands are the devil's workshop, especially for me when it comes to
I say that
eating.
all the time. That's why I'm always making things.
Yeah. I mean, especially when it comes to diet, right? The more bored you are, you're like, I could eat.
Like
That's
my feet are killing me because I'm standing here making these badge reels all night. But if I stop, you know, those Doritos in that cupboard are calling my name.
That's how I feel when I'm on the road for work. I'm like driving, like mile marker 1, 2, 3, 4, 394. I'm like, well, I haven't eaten in 15 minutes, so I might as well.
Right.
Hey,
but I've seen 45. Right. I've seen 45 restaurants I don't have at home. That's what gets me.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have this at home. I've got to eat it now.
Yeah, I ate at Jack in the Box twice in Phoenix.
Never.
Gross. It's gross. Like we don't have it here.
Really?
People here don't even like usually know what a Jack in the Box is, and so like you go there and it's just like a crappy fast food place, but they have it all over in the South. And so yeah. Anyway.
The good side, we're gonna Five Guys, but they don't have ranch, so I don't think I'll eat there very often.
Michelle said, "Food is not a moral choice. Don't feel bad. Try to move on." Excellent point, Michelle.
I was kidding about the morals.
Michelle and I had a lengthy conversation this afternoon, and I was just telling her, like, that's what I'm rewiring my brain, and it takes a lot of work. So thank you for the reminder. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah. My self-worth is totally directed to how much food I eat a day.
Yeah, it's something we got to unwire, apparently.
Right?
Apparently.
Maybe I should bring you with me next Wednesday. When
Chicken
I go see my
fajita pita
therapist.
is my jam at Jack in the Box. Yeah, they had this like snack box that was like curly fries, mozzarella sticks, and little tacos or something.
What?
And it wasn't a tremendous amount. It was like just a couple little pieces of each item. But
and it wasn't good?
No.
Okay.
No, I like am feeling sick just thinking about it.
Have you ever had an In-N-Out? Okay, we can't go down this.
Oh yeah, In-N-Out.
But they'll bacon wrap your burger. Probably do, but lettuce wrap. They were like the first one that lettuce wrapped, right? Weren't they? In-N-Out?
Did they say lettuce wrap your burger?
We are the same person.
We have problems. Okay, Cutie Pie. Yes, you're asking this question, and it is a marvelous question to ask. The number to call is 1-833-847-9372 or 1-833-TERZEPA. So if you would like to be part of the channel tonight, we're going to get to some fake news before we take a call. So you can just hold off for just a minute. Let's get to that. So thanks for keeping us on task, Cutie Pie. Appreciate you. Let's do that. Let's roll the fake news bumper. Sorry, it's a little bit harder on my iPad. Take the trash out is what we call it now. Sue's Happy Fun Time Pharmacy. I continue to get messages from said pharmacies. They're commenting all over my Facebook. Hey, so one fake news thing that I do want to talk about is I had a lengthy conversation. I'll share it at some point here because I screenshotted it. But with one of those bootleg Mounjaro, bootleg semaglutide, for research purpose only peptides that they're selling through, selling online and advertising like crazy on Facebook. So I got into a conversation because I always type when I see those ads. I'm like, where does your semaglutide come from? Where does your tirzepatide come from? Why are you trying to sell it on here for research purposes when none of these people are researchers? Just rhetorical questions that they don't have answers for. Anyway, today one engaged me and they're like, yeah, we take it. You just got to decide whether it's right for you. And I was like, wow, that's really brazen for you to answer that way because it is entirely illegal. It is entirely illegal to be taking semaglutide or tirzepatide for research purposes only and putting it in your body. That is not legal for you to do. And it's not smart for you to do because that stuff, you got no idea where it came from, what it is, how pure it is. You just don't know. So just a word to the wise. So that's one of the fake news. What was the other fake news? So recently, yes, dietitians. So a lot of dietitians have come out in the last few days, really coming out hard against GLP-1s, right? Not necessarily fake news, just a crappy opinion from people who don't maybe understand obesity to the extent that those of us who have struggled with the disease, however you want to couch it, like we have, right? And to the point where one of our viewers shared with me last week that they had hit a big milestone goal with their weight loss. And in sharing the fact that they're on a GLP-1 with their that was a big June bug. Sharing, I missed it though. Sharing their journey with their trainer refused to congratulate them, to encourage them on the principle that they don't agree with these GLP-1s for weight loss, which is trash.
As if they didn't meet the goal.
As if they weren't working it.
Right.
As if this isn't a tool to fix people's biology in the same way that weights are a tool to build muscle mass. I mean, it's irritating. It's not as much fake news as it is
to constantly be up against that.
Yeah, and you get it everywhere. It's not just like personal trainers, but even like coworkers where you're I'm on this, and they're like, oh, that's one way to live your life. And you're like,
I love, hey, you look great. What are you doing? I'm eating less. But sometimes those people that are just eating less are still using something, but they're afraid to tell anyone.
Right.
Because of situations like this.
And I got to think that there's scores of influencers online, Instagram, who have lost weight or trying to sell you a program, Optavia representatives, Advocare representatives, anybody who's like got something to shill and they're like, hey, I've lost all this weight. A lot of those people are taking GLP-1s, which is great. But just be honest about it because it is a tool, especially a tool to help people who are biologically broken, who need that extra help with the GLP-1s. I'm just going to roll back in the chat, make sure that we're not missing anything too big here.
I can go on forever about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, have you had any experiences personally at work with people saying stupid things, or with doctors? Or...
I work with a great group of people, so no. Everyone was very encouraging. Even one said, "Oh yeah, back in the day, I took Saxenda. You know, like good luck," or you know,
yeah.
I hope Everybody is so encouraging, but I don't know. I've cleansed my life. I only have time for people who are positive. I'm sorry. I'm like a nerd. Sorry.
That's good.
But yeah. So no, not me personally as of now. I am still hesitant to share my page on my Facebook though, because I was Optavia. I was a coach. I was working from home. I made the money, you know.
Yeah.
I legit lost 92 pounds or whatever I did, you know, and then life happened and my habits, you know, they weren't solidified. And I'm not going to trash talk anything, but I've been very hesitant to mention it, but I haven't seen a lot of people off 5 and 1. And you know what that means, but not a lot of people, you know, it's a maintenance on that.
Right.
Or they make it and they're there and then, they went on vacation, they go back to 5 and 1. It's just like, is that sustainable then?
Right.
It's a good way to treat it temporarily, to get ready for the cruise, to start leveling the blood sugars. But what's the end game? What is the long-term treatment?
How do you live that way
for obesity? Let's be.
Yeah.
It's a disease.
That's where
we have to treat it like one.
That's where not only do things like Optavia, or sorry, I shouldn't mention them by name because they're all created equal.
I know.
But you know, all of the multi-level marketing options that are out there to help people lose weight, they're kind of the same way as a GLP-1 is for weight loss, in a sense that you still have to build lifelong sustainable habits. I mean, one of the big lessons that I'm learning is I don't lose weight on Mounjaro like a lot of my peers do, right?
Yeah.
And so it's going to take a lot of lifestyle change for me. It's also going to take the medicine for the rest of my life. I'm pretty convinced of that. Not only, I mean, even if I wasn't a diabetic, I would still say the research shows that if you are morbidly obese and you're taking a GLP-1 medication, that you're probably going to have to be on that to sustain that weight loss. And I've experienced why firsthand, just titrating back and feeling the ravenous hunger that comes back.
But why do some people say that like it's a bad thing when they say, "Oh, well, you're going to have to be on that your whole life"?
Yeah.
If I was diabetic, I would. Why wouldn't I want to prevent the diabetes?
Well, and I mean, not to get into a rabbit trail about statins, but you know, it's kind of the same thing when somebody gets put on a medication for their blood pressure. It's not like their blood pressure levels out and they take them off it. Oh, sorry. What is it? It's cholesterol. but high cholesterol kind of breeds.
Or a beta blocker for blood pressure. Yeah. Same concept.
So you level out your numbers, and then it's not like the doctor goes, whoop, immediately. It's like you're leveling out because the medicine's helping you level out.
Correct. It's doing its job. It's mental health medications.
Yeah.
People start to feel better because they get on their mental health medications, and then they're like, okay, I'm better.
I'm good.
They stop them. And now we got to go find Louis because he's out in his underwear
in the cornfield.
Right. I mean, because he stopped doing what was making him better. And that's anything across the board. You can treat your diabetes if you're lucky. You can treat your diabetes with diet, but usually a true diabetic is not gonna lifelong be able to diet treat. Even they will need help eventually. So
absolutely.
Might have been a rabbit trail, but it's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
That's kind of what.
Why do we always have to justify? Sorry, maybe I shouldn't go there.
No.
I feel like we always have to justify the reasoning as a fat person. Sorry, I feel like we can agree, right?
Yeah.
Why do we always have to justify why we're doing what we're doing or how our end game is? Why do we have to always justify our plan?
I think it's because people who don't struggle with it see it very simplistically.
Right.
Calories in, calories out. Eat less, move more. Eat less, move more. Eat less.
I
do it.
Not everybody is the same.
Exactly. I mean, I just look at our family and our genetics and the type 2 diabetes that runs rampant on both sides.
Right.
And then something that's been in the news this week is Alzheimer's. I did a short video on a semaglutide study that's being done right now, because what they've found in rats is that early onset Alzheimer's, the medication that they give that helps to decrease the amount of amyloid plaque in the brain, which is basically what builds up and causes that cognitive dysfunction for Alzheimer's patients, is that GLP-1s, and I'm thinking by way of lowering insulin levels, helps those medications and slows the progression of the disease. And I've got Alzheimer's on both sides of my family, Parkinson's, dementia. I've got type 2 diabetes that runs rampant. It's just biologically, we're not the same. We're just not the same. I'm not the same as somebody who's never struggled with obesity. And I think they just don't see it because they've never experienced it, in the same way that somebody who has Crohn's disease lives their life very differently than somebody who doesn't. And we just will never know why, because we don't deal with it. So I do want to take a second here, because there have been some of you in the chat who have mentioned some positive things. I don't mean to keep it super negative. But Brent said his trainer asked him about 1,000 questions about being on Mounjaro. So kudos to them. He was asking for his experience and how that works. That's awesome. And then Vanessa said that she had a good experience with her OB appointment, and she was encouraging and asked questions about Mounjaro and how it helped her with her appetite. So excellent. Like, it's not to throw all these people in the same boat. Like, there's a lot of progressive thinking people, and that is awesome. And so I'm very happy that some of you are having those great experiences as well. Pug with the $20 super chat. Thank you, buddy. I think you're in the ahead in the lead by 1 penny.
1 penny.
I'm not fat. I'm a plus size model. We'll go with that. Me too.
What?
Both of us, right? All right. I'll take that label.
It.
But Pug, the deal is tonight, the biggest super chat of the night gets to pick which kind of grill I buy next, whether I buy a smoker or whether I buy a Blackstone. I could get down with either one. Krissy says there's hybrids. But biggest super chat of the night gets to pick that. So thanks, Pug. You're in the lead there. Abby dropped a $10 super chat. She said she's going to cut out, but hopes we have a great night. Abby, thank you for being one of the best parts of this channel.
Thanks, Abby.
Definitely appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Always good to have you here. Cutie Pie says that some say that Alzheimer's are type 3 diabetes, and I've heard the same thing as well. And not a surprise that in a family that has type 2 diabetes on both sides, that both sets of my grandparents have had Alzheimer's or dementia as well. So, yeah.
Well, and you've got grandma's Parkinson's, which not, in the connection there, but then great grandma, Michael's and dementia.
Yep. Yeah. So lots of that on both sides of our family. So
I have it on both sides of my family too.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with your dad. He's type 2 diabetic.
Well, and Alzheimer's.
Really?
My great grandma and my grandma's mom, which and had COVID not come, I think grandma probably would have eventually, but I don't know. She was starting to attack. Yeah. But it was her mom. Yeah.
Getting old is a blessing and a curse, but it's just amazing to see in our lifetime how fast technology has advanced and how fast the advancements in medicine are happening. And what an exciting time. We've mentioned it on the channel. Those of you who are in the chat have mentioned this as well. What an exciting time to be alive, to be kind of at the curve where but
you're always met with the most resistance when you're on to something good. So I feel like if we're feeling annoyed by all the naysayers and the haters,
probably something good is happening. Absolutely.
There you go.
So awesome conversation tonight. Are you enjoying this stream tonight? If you're enjoying, would you just please pause for 1 second, hit that like button, and bonus points for you if you share this video right now. Hit the share button, copy the link, and share it into one of your Facebook groups, into your Reddit forums, just to get this out there. I'd appreciate that very much. Thank you. You are the best part of this channel. So I do want to open up the phone lines now, if you're cool with that, unless you had anything you wanted to add. Or
I just wanted to know, I haven't really been watching the chat because I notice it's just me looking down when I look at it. But does anybody have an assignment that maybe I gave to them? I just a test here. You watched it.
I know what the assignment is. Yeah.
Did anybody send you a private message?
I haven't gotten any.
They probably don't
private
even remember.
messages.
Maybe they didn't watch till the end.
The thing about YouTube that you have to remember is there's no private messaging, so it has to happen off.
But Sue has your number. But
Sue
I don't
has
know
my
if
number.
Sue has even found my channel.
I don't know. Sue does a lot of painting.
Sue's a lot bigger than
Sue does a lot of
the
painting.
Chrysanthemum mom.
And he also watches a lot of Man on the Mounjaro. So, but yeah, there was. If you watched Krissy's video, and you remember what the homework assignment was to mention here in the stream, drop it in the comment section of this stream.
Wow, so, yeah. CJ, that's crazy.
But you're losing on the low dosage. You don't have to move up. Yeah, so I'm not losing. I'm gaining again on the low dosage, and I'm eating my arm at night. So,
or a peanut butter sandwich.
Or a peanut butter sandwich. Yeah. So that,
I told him to feel better because I had just such a packed night last night that I just had a. Did I even tell you that? I don't even know if I texted you that. I had a chicken sandwich. And then, okay, I barely had half of it.
Let's see the chicken sandwich emoji in the chat.
There you go. But it was the worst. I actually got a McCrispy, and it was all tendons. Like, I didn't even get half of the sandwich.
I got one earlier in the
thought
week.
It was very karmic.
I bit into that, and I was like, first of all, I was pissed that I was getting a chicken sandwich at McDonald's, because it's like, what a waste. But I bit into it, and it was the same thing. It was like a vein and just a lump of gelatinous,
I couldn't even
chewy,
pull it like with my teeth, and I was done.
Get your game right, McDonald's. Oh, get your game right. That's not even chicken.
You can't get good chicken these days. You can't. I mean, God.
You gotta love the conversation. So yeah, Pug, you out? I will watch your video later. Had a crazy day finishing up your flooring. Enjoy, Pug. I think you said your parents are coming in too. So if your parents are there, Pug, hey, Pug's parents, you did a good job. You raised a good man.
With cottage cheese. That's a good combo. I do like a McChicken, but I was feeling classy, okay?
And I had the thought.
And there's no mayo. There is butter, though.
When I had the McCrispy, the thought that I had was a McChicken would have been preferable, and that's saying something. Because it felt like the safer option of the two.
And it's like, the value menu chicken. It's the piped
it's probably rat
chicken. You know, it's piped into a mold and cooked and then breaded.
Yeah.
You know, like
piped chicken.
We actually try for the real chicken breast, and all we get is mushed together tendons and veins.
So disgusting.
I won't ever buy another one.
Yeah, me either. Pug said it's Mexican Mother's Day. Feliz Dia de los Madres.
Yes. I mean,
that's pretty good Spanish right there.
Pretty Spanglish.
Cutie Pie said, Dave, you should connect and do a live or collab with YouTuber Amy 2.0. She's experienced some severe hunger pains when she got off MJ. Now she's back on. I do follow loosely Amy, and I would love to have her on the channel at some point. So good call. Yeah, if you want to join the stream, we are going to take calls now. So
that was a coyote.
1833's up and now. It's just the neighbor kid. It's
it's the police / fire station.
Oh yeah.
/ everything. Weird town.
Yeah.
But they're hiring, you know. And you can choose whether you want to be. It's an office of public safety. You can choose to be a firefighter or a police officer. And every 6 months, that can change.
It's all right. But did you die?
Exactly. If you didn't die as a police officer, try being a firefighter.
Pug said that I must have learned my Spanish in Arizona. No, I learned my Spanish being a culinary manager at Olive Garden.
Because it's the Mexican restaurant in town?
All my cooks and dishwashers were Guatemalan. So
I knew a Mexican family that owned a Chinese restaurant, best Chinese restaurant in town. You know what
it was?
Yang Chang.
Wow.
That was really good.
Yang Chang. Interesting.
She could cook you
Takes all types. Sue said, Dave, what was the word Dave couldn't pronounce a while back? Anybody?
I said that tonight, by the way, because the VPs from John Deere were in the food bank before us, and they did not clean up well. The girl said they were struggling. I said, it's their engineer brains. It doesn't work like us. And then I said, it takes all types.
There you go. It sure does. Yes, even the engineers. Jeff Hyder, he starts 12.5 in 2 weeks. Welcome to the stream, Jeff. I don't know that I've seen you on a live stream, but I appreciate you joining. Jeff's a member of our Facebook group. He's got his channel. He makes some YouTube videos as
You know
well. The Gila Monster. That's right. The Gila Monster.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
It was always
We're sharing our milligram dosages, I guess. 10 milligrams.
I'm on 1.7. I'm like the only one not on Mounjaro.
Yeah, 1.7. She takes a shot of the 2.5 milligram and pulls it out halfway through, and she gets 1.7 ish.
I'm
we're
pretty
all
much
over the map
my
here.
own life.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
This
anybody gonna call us?
stream is
Did
some
we give
ish.
the number?
Yeah,
Did we turn it on?
1-833 Giuseppe. Yeah, if you want to call. I know Cutie Pie said she was gonna call. Hey, and here's the thing: if you just want to call and say hi, this is so and so. I've watched your channel. Love ya. Bye. We'd love to hear from you. I just love to hear from all of you. We've had some great calls the last few weeks from folks who have.
To do, right?
No, I think it should be good to go.
Okay.
So yeah, 1-833 Giuseppe. If you want to be a part of this, we would love for you to do that. So please join. Otherwise, we'll just keep rapping here. Right now, Pug gets to pick what kind of grill I have. He's got the highest super chat at $20 tonight. So thank you, Pug. But thank you also to the rest of you who have given super chats. So appreciate all of you. You make this happen. And I so appreciate that. So Crochet CJ, Carla, said, sounds like they're coming for you too. That is highly likely. That really is. Vanessa got a 3-month supply of compound tirzepatide. Awesome. Yeah, definitely do keep us posted, Vanessa, and call in and let us know how that goes. We would love to hear from you. Cheryl is on 7.5, but it's because, or she's on 10, I think she said. And it's because 7.5 is scarce.
I heard that in Nebraska too.
Yeah,
I posted my first update, guys, on outdate because I figure, or outdate, whatever you call it, shortage, because I channeled my inner man on Mounjaro. Because I figured, why do you need to post about Wegovy? I can do that.
True. I did post that
did you?
2 days before you did.
Well, why did they email me 2 days late?
Get it
together.
I don't know. Together.
I think I was say no about
semaglutide. An uncommon side effect is a random speech impediment.
Had them.
Yeah, right. Pug is on hold.
It's just my thoughts come out too fast. What?
Really? Check it out. Yeah. So Jeff Hyder said that he'd call, but he's in his garage creating a model and will not be able to hear because of the dust collector. Now, I just got to tell you, if you're not in our Facebook group, Jeff's over there, and Jeff makes these most amazing wood creations that are topographical maps of the different states. And I got to say, it's one of the more creative things I've ever seen anybody make with woodworking. Very, very, very creative. Super, super cool. So yeah, if you're not in the Facebook group, get over there. There's some great people over there, Jeff being one of them, who also makes his own videos. I think I mentioned that. I'm going to just take a moment while we're trying to get our act together with the phone system to mention
I got somebody
that we've got the best conversations about GLP-1 medications and Mounjaro happen at davisdiscord.com. That's BJ Davis's Discord. And so we appreciate that.
Hello.
So we got somebody on the line.
Who is this?
We'd all like to hear who this is.
Cutie Pie.
Cutie Pie. Welcome to the moon.
Yeah, I'm so happy to connect.
So you have not called before, correct?
No, this is the first time.
This is the first time, but you gave me a whole topic of an entire live stream when you told me to look into the, turns out it's Gila Monster. If you could just phonetically spell things for me in the future, that saved me a lot of embarrassment.
No, it was great.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was fine.
I don't think I knew how to pronounce it either, but
good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Now I feel a lot better, so thank you for that. What's on your mind tonight, Cutie Pie?
Well, first of all, I wanted to thank you for the content that you put out there and all the hard work, that you really care about the viewers and the valuable information that you provide. I remember when things were going on with the coupons and, you know, just the whole journey and the information that you bring in your channel. I really appreciate it.
Well, we really appreciate you. So thank you for being here and being a part of it. But yeah, this has become something that I never thought that it would. And honestly, like, I feel it the most in a week like this, where I feel completely discouraged about my own journey, completely frustrated. I put a video out and just like lay it out there, which has not typically been what my channel has been, right? It's been, here's the latest with the coupon. Here's what's going on with Eli Lilly and the development of their other medications, and like more informational. And I've started to share more of my own journey. I'm so glad that I have, because what happened this week for me was just, I got back a ton of encouragement. And I think it started, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, you have like different names on every platform, right? But you were actually sharing some pictures of yourself in your own journey and your amazing progress. That was you in the Discord, right?
Yeah, Teal Queen, that was me.
Yeah, Teal Queen, that's it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So Teal Queen is Cutie Pie. And so she was, and I felt bad because I didn't mean to like hijack her. Like, I was so thrilled for the progress that you have made, because it's astounding. And it was encouraging to me because you followed my channel. Like, I genuinely do love to see other people do well. And I genuinely do care about the people that watch and tune in every week. And so I didn't mean to hijack your success, because you have had some amazing success, but it was an encouragement to me that day. And the community is just given back to me in a way that I just didn't see coming.
They're chipping away at your thick skin.
They are.
Getting you to bring that big old heart out into the world.
Big old struggling heart.
Just wait till he cries on camera, guys. He cries. Don't let him fool you.
I do. I'm a softie.
It's wonderful that you were shared that, because I think that helps a lot of people, because a lot of people get into stalls or they might gain weight, and you know, it was so wonderful that you opened up emotionally about what was going on, because I think that connected with a lot of people. And you know, even though I've had success on it, I think that everyone is different, and you know, I think it's important to really reach out to everyone that is going through this journey.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I shared that. I've shared a couple times when I've struggled, and it's picked me up every time. And I think it's encouraged me to be more open. Maybe like, you don't have a problem with it. Krissy doesn't have a problem with it.
I did, though.
Did you?
I did in the beginning. And I think it just goes back to my nursing training, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
But it's just, once,
that's kind of unnerving to hear that's what they
well,
tell
we don't
nurses.
Fake major things, but it's the confidence that you fake.
2 cc's or 8
No,
cc's? I don't know.
It's
fake
the
it till you make it.
confidence that you fake, because no one wants. If I come start your IV, you know, and I'm like, well, this is my first time, you know, you're gonna be like, whoa, go get the other nurse.
Confidence.
It's the confidence, you know, your decisions and all of that. But when I first started sharing, and I shared my journey through one of those other companies that we talked about, but what I learned, and I think what Dave watched through me, and he even said before he started the personal story sharing that he needed to get better about it. But once you share a video like that where you think, oh my gosh, I just told the world I was a failure and I'm supposed to be leading them, and then you get all of that love back, you realize that every moment that you share is going to reach someone.
Right.
It's going to make someone feel like they are heard, or they are seen, or that they're not alone.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely. Well, Cutie Pie, Teal Queen, I so appreciate you calling tonight and sharing. What, I guess, a question I have for you, if you wouldn't mind, if you're still there. Are you still there?
I'm still here, yeah.
All right, awesome. So I want to just like talk a little bit about the success that you have. Like, what would you say is like one of the biggest lessons that you have learned on your journey as it relates to using a medicine as a tool to help you to get to your goals?
Oh, I love that question. So one of the biggest lessons I learned, and I know in the beginning of this journey, I did have some severe side effects. I had a lot of nausea, vomiting. I even had tachycardia because I suffer from tachycardia.
Oh, wow.
I had to go to a cardiologist. And so, and I didn't even know if I was going to make it or continue on the medication, but I was able to, eventually my side effects subside. But I think for me, one of the things that I've struggled with obesity for the past 13 years, and I'm a type 2 diabetic, fatty liver disease, hypertension, all those things. But I had always been an active person. Like, I run 5Ks, I ride my bike.
I remember you sharing this stuff in the Discord.
I'm an active individual,
yeah.
and I've been, like, I'm not bad with my diet. Like, you know, I'm eating very healthy. I've eliminated and I'm not trying to make any judgments on any food, but it's just because of the diabetes and stuff like that. I'm trying to eat healthy, low in sugar, all of that. And so what I learned is that those practices that I had, even when I was struggling with the obesity, once I started with Mounjaro, it kind of supercharged my weight loss.
Yeah, awesome.
In a way that I didn't even think imaginable, because before it was very difficult for me to even lose. And I was like, I don't understand. I'm running 5Ks. Like, what's going on? And then I'm like, whoa. So it was really incredible. And another thing that really helped me was the continuous glucose monitor that I started to use. That was great because it would tell me to make better food choices. Like, even in a restaurant, I noticed that in the sauces, they will add a lot of sugar, and all of a sudden, like, the sugar spikes up. I'm like, okay. The other thing that helped me is stress levels and sleep. So I have something called an aura ring, because I noticed in the glucose monitor that when I didn't get a good night's sleep, or if I was extremely, like, stressed about something, my insulin levels would go up significantly. And then when that happens, it was hard for me to lose weight. So I started tracking my sleep and also doing things to address my stress levels. And that also helped.
So
those are some of the tidbits that I've things that I've learned along the way.
That's awesome. And I think like, I resonate with a lot of what you're saying, not the running the 5K deal, but I do resonate with the fact that even though I sit at a desk most of the day, I'm a pretty active person at home, just because I have 4 kids. Like, tonight,
not being an active
yeah,
person.
right. You don't really have a choice, right? So, like, I do move a good amount for somebody who sits at a desk most of the day. And like I've shared on this channel before, I've tried extremely hard, especially over the last couple of years, to lose weight, with very minimal success. The most success I had was when I restricted so low, like when I was on Optavia and I was eating 1,200 calories a day. Probably less, which is not sustainable for like, I want to eat, and I don't want to have a negative relationship with food where, again, like, oh my goodness, I ate 2,000 calories.
Probably would have given you 2,400 calories.
Right. Or Weight Watchers, which gives me like 55 points or whatever it is. But I remember saying to my wife, like, something in me is just broken. I can't lose weight. Like,
but it wasn't long after that you found out you were diabetic.
Correct. Shortly thereafter, I learned that I was diabetic. I learned about insulin resistance, and I learned that it is very, very, very difficult for somebody to lose weight when you have high levels of insulin, because insulin's job is to pack away. Right. And so when you've got super high levels of insulin, and that's where I'm a huge advocate for, even if you're not type 2 diabetic, and because they test it by testing your glucose, but you don't know how much insulin your body is making to keep that glucose at a normal level. Right. You may be producing a very normal and healthy amount of insulin to keep your glucose right. Somebody with the same amount of glucose numbers might be producing 10 times the amount of insulin to do that. And that person likely has a very hard time losing weight. And so I so appreciate you sharing, because there's your story is important, especially to me, because that, similar story, similar brokenness in our biology, and that is the beauty for you and I, Cutie Pie, of these GLP-1 medications, Mounjaro specifically. So I really appreciate you calling in tonight and sharing your journey, and kudos to you and the success that you've had. I'm thrilled for you. It's just the success that you've had has been an encouragement to me, and will continue to be an encouragement to me as I kind of try to move through this little valley that I'm in currently. So thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope to connect more. And yeah, and I don't know if I shared with all of you guys, another non-skill victory that I've had is that my A1C went from 7.5 to 5.1.
Wow.
Nice.
And so that's pretty amazing.
Your endocrinologist has to love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That's awesome. Yeah, so she has had amazing success. She shared some pictures and some of her journey over in the Discord. That's davisdiscord.com. If you're not part of BJ Davis's Discord, please get over there and be a part of that. The best conversations about GLP-1 medications, Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy happen over there. And if you're not there, you really are missing out. Excellent call. Thank you for calling, Cutie Pie. I hope
that must be Pug.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
missed calls, but they never came through.
Yeah, shoot, we missed them. But if you're interested in calling and joining us on the show tonight, 1-833-847-9372, 1-833-TERZEPA is going to get you on the moon tonight. We'd love to hear from you. Pug, if you're still there, you can give us a call back. Sorry that we missed you. The phone line's not this perfect scenario. Still, cell phones rely on cell phone coverage.
I think that's him.
Oh. Welcome to the moon.
Wait.
Who do we got? Welcome to the moon.
Hey, this is Pug.
Pug.
Warranty's about to expire.
Yeah, I don't need a warranty. Stop calling.
Well, how you guys doing tonight? You guys doing great?
Yes.
We are. How are you doing tonight, bud?
Good, man. Just trying to finish up this flooring. Got probably one more day's worth, and I'm done. Thank God.
Nice.
That's awesome. What kind of flooring you putting in?
Just laminate flooring, but it's great because the dog's already peed in one spot, and that thing does not soak it in like the other one. So.
That's a beautiful thing when you got 18 pugs running around.
Oh my God!
I love the tortilla blanket, by the way.
Yeah, just my parents' Yorkies are the ones that are out of control, man. At 5 a.m, they're barking and let them out.
Krissy said she loves your tortilla blanket, Pug.
Oh, thank you. That's my favorite throw blanket.
Yes.
That's awesome. Pug, what's new in your world this week, man? How's everything going with you?
Good. Just doing what I can. Just trying to get my steps in and eating right. And I started at Dexcom was like yesterday, and I see my sugars are staying about 82 to 90. That's where I'm standing. Even after eating, it went up to just like 99.
Wow, dude, that's awesome. Eating keto is really going to help keep those sugars in check, especially on the Mounjaro. When I don't eat carbohydrates, mine don't go above 100 either.
I used to send Dave my blood sugars, and he would get so mad at me.
What was that?
She said that she used to send me her blood sugars, and I would get mad. It's basically just trolling a diabetic.
Oh my God! It's just amazing how this medication's working, and just the way that you feel your head's just clear. You just feel better. You feel more positive.
Right. Absolutely. And I can identify with that, Pug, as a diabetic. For the 2.5 years leading up to my diagnosis, I had horrible brain fog. I had horrible fatigue. I just felt bad. And it wasn't until I just looked at my wife and I said, something's wrong. Like the way that I feel is not the way that you're supposed to feel. Something's wrong. And I'm so glad that she encouraged me to go get checked out. And, you know, unfortunately wasn't the news that I wanted. Kind of like you, Pug. I think you mentioned this, like you were kind of in denial about it at first. Like I definitely was.
Yeah.
And I would eat things, and then I would watch my sugars go up, and I was like, how is this possible? Like this, I'm too young for this. I'm too, you know, fill in the blank. But it is reality. But to be able to treat it with this medication has been a real gift for me, as it has been for you.
And it's made life change. It's just, you know, of course it helps out with the gastric dumping or whatever it is, but you get the opportunity to make those changes. So eventually, once we get off this medication, or at least lessen it, we're going to know what we have to do. Not like before, you know, we're taught when we're kids, you know, to eat sugars and get sweets. And, you know, I'm like, in our household, we always had bread with coffee. And we always thought that was a treat. So when you get older and you have adult money, you buy whatever you want. You can buy soda.
Every day is treat day.
Beer.
Yeah. I remember, Pug, like one of the things that was a huge treat in our house was fast food. It was a huge treat. So as soon as I got a job, which I was like 15 when I got my first job at a fast food restaurant, it was like game on. Like as soon as I had my car, I had money in my pocket. It was like treat day every day. And that was like the beginning of the end for me when it comes to just eating terribly.
I remember buying 12 packs of Mountain Dew because I was like, I can have pop in my house every day, not just on special occasions. And then I began to drink Mountain Dew around the clock because I was a waitress.
Yeah.
And we got free pop.
And our parents, like, they had good intentions. It's not like they wanted us to develop those bad habits, but it was like we never learned to regulate because it wasn't there for us to regulate. It was just there, like, here's a treat, and it became a reward. And so no wonder we treat our brains. We
rewarded ourselves for being good humans.
Yeah, our brains are wired then at that point to treat it as a reward.
And then it became a positive result, the dopamine, and you know, and then
all the things.
Now I need it. Now it's like crack.
Even like before I started the diet, you know, I would buy a big old pack of Oreos. And I got home and be like, I deserve these Oreos. You know,
heck yeah.
I grabbed a damn row of Oreos and I'm gonna go half gallon of milk. You know, I deserve it because that's just what we're taught. You work hard, play hard, and you stuff yourself, but that's not the way that you're supposed to do it.
Yeah. Cheryl said that she grew up with the dad owning a KFC and a 7-Eleven. That would have been like the
remember my
story.
Best friend Tiffany, her mom ran the Kimball KFC, and we would order food when she was coming home, and we'd get like 20 Chicken Littles, the old school Chicken Littles, the formed square patties.
Yeah.
Hashtag
like
bring back the Chicken Littles.
It was like a chicken sandwich vitamin.
It was the best. It was the best. Oh. That's why we got 20 and then like a quart of mac and cheese. And
Absolutely.
That's how we lived our lives.
Well, I'm glad.
You know that eventually, once we move away from our parents, you know, no one's gonna tell you what you can and cannot buy. So you
Right.
Grown
buy
woman.
whatever you want.
Right.
Unfortunately, you got us to where we were at.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheryl also said, and unlimited candy and Slurpees. Eek.
Oh,
The Slurpees, the squishies.
I wanted to do cherry, Coke, and I used like a pina colada.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Cherry Coke and pina colada. That, yeah.
the
Oh,
pudding
man.
cups.
Yep.
The pudding
all of
cups.
it.
It was the pudding cups for me. Graham
My
crackers on the
goodness.
bottom.
We're all
Everyone's down a rabbit hole.
right. We're all reliving our
Bunch
how we
of
got
overweight people sitting here talking about food.
All your knowledge and information that you guys give us, and you know, we all have our struggles, we have our ups and downs, and you'll be fine, Dave.
Yeah,
You just
thanks,
gotta
buddy.
just get out of the funk. You know, you can't put so much pressure on yourself. You gotta just love yourself and love everyone around you, and God's gonna get you where you need to be.
Hey, dude, I appreciate that.
You are where you need to be. You just need to trust the process.
Yeah, that's right. And I appreciate that encouragement, Pug. And again, like I said to Cutie Pie earlier, like you, the whole group, you guys are helping lift me up. And I know, like, at some point you're going to hit a point in your journey where you're going to need lifted up, and I'm just so glad that you're here. And that we can share in your successes right now too, because you're just killing it, and I'm happy for you, and I'm glad you're documenting it over on YouTube here too.
Killing it's an understatement.
Just really glad to have you as part of the community, buddy. So I appreciate you calling.
Thank you. I'll try to get a video up this week. Big weight drop the last 2 weeks.
Good for you. That's awesome, man.
We appreciate all your positivity.
You guys have a great night.
Yeah, you too, buddy, and get that floor done.
Love you guys.
All right.
Bye.
Love you too, buddy. Take care. Bye-bye. Love that pug.
Oh,
man.
He's so
awesome.
positive. I love
He is so
it.
positive. I mean, so many, like I needed that positivity this week from y'all, and y'all giving it back to me in spades. And so I really appreciate that from all of you. Abby said she's back. Welcome back. Donna says we're finding out more and more how it's all connected, talking about, how one thing kind of leads to another. When we get off metabolically, it's just a domino effect, right? It 100% is. So yeah, Donna, Carla, Emmy, Vanessa, there's a lot of nurse practitioners that join this stream, and you share your information here. So even though you're not calling tonight, I want you all to know that I so appreciate that you're here, because you bring an element of expertise into the stream that doesn't exist with just the man on the Mounjaro. And so I appreciate everything you share. Thanks for calling, Pug. Appreciate you calling. If you are interested in joining the stream, 1-833-847-9372 is the number. That's 1-833-TERZEPA. Awesome. For those of you who can't remember the numbers that I just rattled off, which I wouldn't be able to. So yeah, excellent contributions tonight from Cutie Pie. Excellent contribution from Pug calling into the channel. If there are anyone else out there that would like to contribute with a phone call tonight, we'd love to hear from you. Krissy, how's the 1.7 treating you?
So it was great. It was like, this is good. I took that hunger away that I was feeling, and even in my update I said that, like, yeah. I'm trucking along, I'm positive about this. I did notice though, with Nick having surgery, that I ate more the last 2 days, but it was stuff I wouldn't normally eat because the stress and quickness. I got to do it all.
Yeah.
So, all right, you're on the pen.
Live.
Hey guys, this is Abby.
Abby, you're kidding me. Welcome to the stream. How are you?
I'm good.
It is so good to hear your voice. This is so fun, especially when, like, people who have been here, like, you are an OG Mounjaro. It's so good to put a voice with the name.
Been here since the beginning.
You have. I hear the little guy in the background.
Yes, he's getting ready for bed.
Oh, that's so awesome. When we started this stream tonight, my wife was getting our youngest down, but we had the other three were just like noses pressed to the window, just staring at us out here. So yeah,
chairs are lined up, but our audience is gone.
Right, exactly. The bedtimes can be a gauntlet sometime, for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. He does like a half hour of an educational show on TV.
Sure.
He noticed I was on the phone. I didn't think he would.
Yeah,
always with the phone.
Yep.
Every time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Abby,
But
yes? Tell us a little bit about how things are going with your journey, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I just got off of a 2-month plateau.
Yeah, that's basically exactly where I'm at. Yeah, you and I have had, like, I feel like when I have been struggling has also been a time when you're struggling. That's the beauty of the Discord, is we can pop on and share these kind of things. I feel like you and I have like tracked along with the same kind of frustrations. Like, for the last 2 months, I've been in the same spot too. And where we get to wondering, like, is this actually working for me or not? But yeah. So you broke through, though. That's exciting. Tell us a little bit about that breakthrough.
I've started losing again, but slowly, much more slowly than what I was in the beginning, which is fine. I'm close to another milestone.
Awesome.
I'm close to being overweight as opposed to obese.
Yeah,
That's the best milestone.
that's a great milestone to be at. I mean, I feel like
exciting milestone. I'm 2.5 pounds away from it.
Oh my goodness.
oh, that's awesome. You'll be there in a week. That's amazing. And one of those things too that I feel like people who don't struggle with being overweight, they hear that and they go, you're excited about it. And like, absolutely we are.
Right.
Like, these are, and I love how Ken Lee over at Fat Guy No More, he kind of was the first one, at least on YouTube, to be like, I don't call them goals, I call them milestones, because goals, you get frustrated because they're arbitrary and you don't meet them, but milestones are like something to be celebrated.
Right.
And that is a great milestone to celebrate. So congratulations to you, Abby, especially after kind of having a 2-month stall, which I know firsthand is extremely frustrating.
Yes, it is. I know you're going through a hard time too. It can be very frustrating and disheartening.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, Abby, for sticking with it and not letting the frustration stop you from the progress that you just, broke through and are experiencing now. So kudos to you.
That's awesome.
Abby, what dose are you? Can you remind me what dose you're on right now?
I just started the 12.5.
Okay. And how long have you been on Mounjaro?
I'm on my 2nd month. Oh, on Mounjaro?
Yeah, I'm on Mounjaro.
I'm like,
yep.
Wow, that was
Sorry,
fast.
I've been on that.
Only I moved through the doses that
mid-November.
fast. Since mid-November. So you and I have been on since about the same time. I was like November 8th. Literally the day before they changed the coupon was when I started Mounjaro.
Oh.
So, yeah, you have...
That's when I started. They changed the coupon the day that I got on.
Really? So we started at the exact same time. And it's funny that, like, our progress has oftentimes mirrored each other, even though you are not diabetic, correct? You're not.
No, I'm not.
We've maybe wondered at insulin resistant at times, just based upon that.
My doctor diagnosed me with insulin resistant.
Oh, okay. So you did get that diagnosis. Curious, do you remember, Abby? Did they give you a test for that?
I believe it was a blood test.
Yeah. So my doctor does something called a HOMA IR score, and I was literally like off the charts on it.
Really?
Like how much insulin I was making.
How do I get that?
Wow.
Pay for it.
Angie would
Ask
do
for it. Probably. Yeah, she just has to
Order it.
Yeah.
I don't think I took anything like that.
Yeah. I don't know what they test in the blood. I mean, I think a HOMA IR score measures your insulin versus...
But would that even show now that I'm on?
Yeah, now that you're treated.
That mess with it, yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely be skewed because of the medicine. So that's interesting that you did get that, because that makes so much sense, right? I mean, I think diabetes, type 2 diabetes, is a disease of insulin resistance. I mean, it's genetic, right? It's a lot of things, but primarily it's insulin resistance. Your body is requiring more insulin to keep your glucose down, as we talked about earlier in the stream. And when you have all that insulin floating around in your system, it's very hard to lose weight. And the beauty of Mounjaro is that it does actually make you more sensitive to the insulin that your body's producing over time. And so you've stuck with it, which is good motivation for me right now, Abby, because I need to remember, like, that's what it's doing for me. And if you ever get frustrated, Abby, like this isn't controlling my appetite like I want it to, just know if you were to titrate back, I think you'd be very surprised at how much it is actually helping you. It's just that it's very easy to get used to the feeling after a few months that it does give you, that you don't feel like it's there. But I'm telling you, when you titrate back, when you go from 15 milligrams in a span of 2 months down to 5, I'm telling you, it's been a slap in the face for me. So I'm glad that it's working for you and glad that you're seeing success.
Yeah, I only have until the end of June though,
so what's have you developed a plan for that, Abby, or have you given thought to where you go after June? Have you thought about Wegovy? Have you thought about, I mean, compound medications are almost as expensive as paying out of pocket with a copay card that gives you some money if you don't have insurance.
Yeah, I know. We're going to try to see if my insurance will cover for Wegovy.
Okay.
There's a small rumor that it might.
Okay.
Who do you have?
And so we're
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
no.
Everybody that struggles has them. They're like, but I heard a rumor that they added Wegovy.
Yeah, more and more are. That's a good thing. If you can get around the shortages of those starter doses, that's going to be the
Everybody
the
should just go work at John Deere. It's free.
I have United.
You do? I have United, but I have John Deere Premier, which, you know, they negotiate because they're a union, so they have really good insurance.
Yeah. Obviously.
We have it through the government or through a state job.
Yep.
My husband's state job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. There's hope, though.
Yep.
So we're hoping.
It's all going to vary by state, but I hope that works out for you, Abby, and I hope that you're able to get a game plan, get that 3-month fill, you know, in June, so that you've got, you know, a buffer
they
to.
Won't let me do 3 months at a time.
Oh, they don't. Oh, that's a killer.
No.
You might have to go. You might have to go the Ken Lee route. You know, one of the things that I've been that you may want to talk to your doctor about is like getting up to the 15 and seeing if you can maybe split that dose up or do something creative just to buy you a little bit more time. I think, you know, it just your story frustrates me for those, because there's so many in your boat, you know, that just need.
But you know, it's like the narcotics. Like, people will have multiple doctors to get their oxy or their hydrocodone. Like, I'm just saying, there's got to be people out there that are that hard up that. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just laughing that it's like that it's come to like the narcotic problem in America.
Like people just want help, you know.
Right? Why is it so hard to get this help?
It
like,
shouldn't
it's
be.
not. I don't know.
It shouldn't be. That's why one of the things that we've advocated for on these lives, and Michelle Hess, who is a mod here, has shared some really helpful information about approaching your employers to add obesity coverage, so that the Wegovy's get added, so that ultimately weight loss version of Mounjaro gets added, and that there is coverage, and that we can all put this crap behind us and just get the help that we need. But Abby, you're doing great. Keep up the good work. I'm so happy that you called in tonight. Thank you for being an OG member of this channel and for all the encouragement that you give me over the time that you've been here. We so appreciate you.
Good to hear your voice.
Good to hear you guys. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you have a great night. Enjoy putting the little guy down.
You too. Bye-bye.
See ya. Abby, OG Mounjaro. That was fun. That was fun to hear from Abby. There's so many names that pop up in the chat every week, and I follow him, and I follow him, and they're here just religiously every time that we're on. And gosh, it's just so fun to be able to like meet these people.
Right.
I'm excited for the day where some of you want to actually come on and be a part of the stream. And I'm thinking specifically of people like Emmy, of Donna, of Vanessa, of who's the other NP that's always
maybe
could be. We got another call coming in.
Who's this? Hello.
Welcome to the moon.
Who is this?
Hey, Dave.
Oh,
This is BJ.
it's BJ.
BJ.
I'm like, I even recognize that voice.
Hey. Yeah, I couldn't hear you at first. BJ, how are you, buddy?
You not recognize that deep southern accent.
I think it's their volume.
I definitely recognize you now that I can hear you. Welcome to the moon, buddy.
I have to turn down the volume on my TV. Well, thanks. It's good to be here.
Yeah, I mean, usually I'm used to having you on video, but we'll settle for having you on the phone. How you been?
I've been doing good. I hope you have as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been doing good. Life is good. Michelle says she can't hear you that well. I'm holding you up to the microphone as best I can, but you are a little bit quiet. But BJ, what's going on in your world? It's been a while since I've seen a video update from you.
Well, I'm waiting till I have something, good to publish. I actually have hit my lowest at 289, but then I gained 2 pounds back. So I'm waiting to get to 285 before I publish another video.
All right. Yeah, you have shared your journey along the way. Again, BJ Davis is on the line with us. BJ is who I call the King Mounjaro. He's been making Mounjaro videos since he started. BJ, remind me when you started. I think it was like July, maybe.
It was July 19th.
July 19th.
295 days and 23 hours and 7 minutes.
Wow.
Who's counting though, right, BJ?
I'm counting because I think I've only got one more month to go before my discount card expires.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm so glad, BJ, that you have had the level of success that you have. Can you share? And I know that we've talked about this briefly on the channel, but we've got a lot of people here tonight who probably weren't here last time you were on the stream. Can you share with folks what your kind of game plan is post June when your coupon expires?
Well, I've been researching getting a compounded, prescription, but unfortunately, the North Carolina Pharmacy Board has forbidden any out-of-state shipments coming into the state. So, looks like I'm going to be paying out of pocket if I need to continue on the Mounjaro, and I believe I will because I've resigned myself to the fact that I'm going to be on it the rest of my life.
Yeah, and I would tend to agree, and I think the silver lining there. So for those of you who can't hear BJ, he said that his plan post coupon expiring in June was to go on the compounded version of Mounjaro, but unfortunately, the North Carolina, the state that BJ lives in, is forbidding people to have it shipped to them and to buy it in their state. It's one of a couple states that are kind of playing games right now. The conspiracy theorist in me, BJ, says this is because of all the plants that Eli Lilly is building in their state. But I digress. Nonetheless, this kind of puts BJ in a precarious spot because what's he going to do? And so he's talking about potentially paying out of pocket for a few months. I hope, BJ, that they would ultimately add Mounjaro to the weight loss drug, and that at that point, through the insurance that you have, that you'd be able to get it. I will say that Michelle Hess, who is obviously a admin moderator, whatever you want to call him, here on YouTube on my channel, is also a mod over in your Discord at davisdiscord.com, where the best conversations on GLP-1 medications happen on the internet, says that North Carolina hasn't actually banned it. They've issued warnings to compound pharmacies, and they may allow liraglutide, but a generic for liraglutide will be out in 2024. So I'll let you and Michelle hash that out later. But BJ, I will say, not only is a silver lining that hopefully towards the end of the year here, there will be the approval for the weight loss Mounjaro, but you have had so much success that I am very confident that, with a small lapse, that you'll be able to maintain and do well and keep up the good work.
Well, as long as you have channels like yours that encourage people and support people and on the Discord, I've no doubt that all of us that will be facing that will have a support structure in place.
Yeah, excellent point. That's a good thing to continue to advocate here for. A thing that we'll continue to try to stay on top of too, as far as what these states are doing and how they're moving towards these compound medications. I do think, like Michelle alluded to, the fact that liraglutide is, which I believe is Saxenda and Victoza, is off patent now. And so I would imagine, and it went off patent early this year to my recollection. And so I would imagine that soon enough, the generic version of that will be available and hopefully much more affordable at that point for those of you who are facing, this kind of conundrum with not being able to get even the compounded version of these medications.
Well, let's all hope so. But if I have to pay out of pocket for a couple of months, I'm okay with that because I'm so close to the goal now. It's in sight. I can almost reach out and touch it.
Yeah.
Home stretch.
That's right, BJ. You keep up the good work, and I'm thankful. Not only am I thankful that you called tonight, but I am so thankful that you were the one that really pushed me in the beginning when I started making videos to do live videos. The first live video that I ever did, I think I did live with you. I was on a work trip, and even the StreamYard, which I use to stream these videos with, you're like, oh, I've already looked it up. StreamYard looks good. And so I downloaded it. We did it live. And then I think you were also one of the people who encouraged me to have a call-in option for the show, which, so really, in addition to the great community that you have at davisdiscord.com, the great channel you have really helped me to develop what I'm doing here. So I really thank you for that, BJ.
You're certainly welcome, but we all help each other and keep up the good work. And there's a lot of people that really enjoy your show every week.
I do.
I think they enjoy Krissy, but yeah, BJ, thank you so much for calling tonight, buddy. I appreciate you.
All right, we'll catch you later.
All right,
Thanks,
take care.
BJ.
BJ, the king of the Mounjaris.
I could listen to him talk all day.
I know. He's got such a soft voice, that southern accent. I'd like him to read me stories.
Call you? Yes.
Yeah, read me stories while I fall asleep.
I know, right when I heard his voice. Oh, BJ, I know who that is.
That's a new channel for you. I want you
bedtime stories with BJ.
Yeah, bedtime stories with BJ. You can get your cute little granddaughter on the channel. You have 1 million subscribers in
up on your
2
lap.
days.
Read this story.
Yeah. She'll be out like that, like a light.
That is, yes.
Amazing. BJ Davis, amazing. DavisDiscord.com if you're not already over there. And also check out BJ's channel over here on YouTube at BJ Davis is his handle. Wow. Some fun calls tonight.
I want to know what the 7-Eleven comment from Sue was about.
Well, earlier in the stream,
I think it was
Cheryl.
To watch the stream.
I know it's hard, right?
It is.
When you're doing this
your
live,
job is hard.
It's impossible to keep up with the
I
chat.
have the fun job.
You do. I mean, it's all fun, right? It's all fun and games. But Cheryl was saying earlier that her dad owned a KFC and a 7-Eleven.
And a 7-Eleven. I didn't catch that.
Okay.
So, oh no, I did. Yeah.
Sue said, can you at least order a 3-month supply for your last order? So the coupon will let you do that. It's just a question of whether your insurance company will let you do that. And I think that's where Abby was saying, unfortunately, hers doesn't, which sucks. Abby, one of the other things that you may want to discuss with your doctor is doing the Ken Lee route, bumping up to the 15, but going every 2 weeks with it. At least you can stretch it out and buy yourself some time. If the Wegovy doesn't come through right away, whatever it may be. So, yeah, stay tuned there. I'm
kind of trying to make that decision. Okay, when Mounjaro is on my formulary, we didn't go that route because it's not for weight. I'm not diabetic, right. So when it becomes, do I switch? Do I stay?
Right.
Should I stay or should I?
If I leave, there will be trouble. Should I stay or should I go? But it's
that added component. Will I benefit from that? I'm having a pretty good result. Listen, guys, stop flirting with your wife. We're on live.
She looks good carrying a laundry basket.
I was going to text her and tell her to bring me a charger.
Hey, could you just run up to Casey's and get me another Diet Mountain Dew? Thank you, Peaches.
Is it diet?
It's diet.
Ooh.
Always diet.
It's not even, I don't agree with Diet Mountain Dew. I don't believe in it. It's not Diet Mountain Dew.
That's heresy, my friend.
It's not the same.
Dave, did you see Wegovy? The lower dosages are out till September. Vanessa, I did see that. And I actually made a short video about it a few days ago. I did see that. That sucks. FDA and Novo announced it. Yes, they did. And if you're on their email chain, which Krissy is,
eventually they will let you know about it.
Yeah, TBD. Yeah. Cheryl got her coupon on 11/9/2022. Now that was the day it changed,
right?
Because I got my prescription filled on the 8th, which was the day before that, and the next day it changed. Wah, 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 wah. I need more soundboard, like just push a button.
Oh, that's funny. I tried to get us one on the Temu.
Stephanie Klein, that was you. Stephanie, you're the other nurse practitioner in here, right? Uh-oh, I've angered the dogs. The neighbor's yelling. Sorry.
Probably mad at us.
They probably are. They're like, who is outside at 10:30 at night yelling? You're so loud.
I mean, the neighbor was snow blowing. I don't know what he was doing.
70 says, Mounjaro is not on my Cigna. I'm not diabetic, and they refuse to pay for Wegovy. So I filled 3 boxes with the coupon. Can I buy a 3-month supply before the coupon ends? You should be able to. Yeah. And okay,
you
so
get
the
a
question,
3-month supply every month.
You can get a 3-month supply.
If it changes the dose, right?
If it changes the dose, you can get it the next day. Here's the trick. If you have a 3-month supply, I believe you have to wait 2 months.
Oh, so
on the
instead of
second month,
21 days or whatever.
On the second month, you should be able to fill it. So you can have an extra box.
This is a lot of numbers you got to remember.
It is a lot to remember. It's, that Mounjaro life is rough. Okay, Vanessa, Cheryl, that one is the OG, which regardless expires in June. The OG one does not expire in June regardless, to my knowledge, Vanessa. It actually expires in June if you have no coverage at all for insurance. If you do have insurance coverage for Mounjaro, it actually goes through December 31st, I believe.
The coupon?
Yes.
Oh.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Michelle knows this probably better than I do. I haven't had to worry about it. You know what I've learned recently, friends, is that I have the OG card. And my understanding was also that the 9th was the day that it changed, but I could be wrong. My coupon doesn't pay anything. My insurance covers everything, and my copay is $25. My copay for Mounjaro is $25. So you're wasting
my
your
coupon.
Isn't
could have gone
anything.
To someone who needed it.
I know. I feel terrible.
That's the same with me. My coupon actually covers my copay.
Does it?
Yeah. So mine would have been like 24 and some change, and it covers $25.
Kitty Pie says, why is Eli Lilly cutting everybody off in June? They're not, and this has always been a term of the card. Now, they have said that they will change the terms of those with the card through December. I don't know how significant it's going to. At this point, everybody who's on Mounjaro is pretty much diabetic or paying a significant amount of out of pocket. That's with the changes that happened on the first year. That's just reality. Eli Lilly told Vanessa that the OG coupon expires in June. Maybe they did announce that there was changes. I've heard Lilly reps say things that conflicted with the things that they've said on their earnings calls before too. Personally, I've heard that. So who really knows what to believe at this point? But like I said, if you're on the coupon right now and you're getting a significant benefit, it's probably because you're diabetic. And if you're diabetic and you're on Mounjaro, you're probably getting some level of coverage.
You need a whole new segment called On the Coupon.
On the coupon. No kidding. I mean, it's really how this channel grew because of the coupon.
Right, but it's confusing.
It is.
There's always new news. New news.
Well, I feel like there's always new news, but there's always fake news about the coupon too. And it's like, it's hard to wade through it all because one person hears this thing from an Eli Lilly rep, and then the conference call happens and it says a whole nother thing. The reality is, this is the reality. Okay, this is a good thing to get into just for real quick. I'm going to get on a tangent for 2 minutes here. The good old days of the coupon that took care of the copay are gone. They're gone. They're done. Even when Mounjaro comes out for weight loss, the $25 circus that happened when this drug first came out, they're done. You are really going to have to rely on your insurance coverage because they talk about this. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just simple capitalism. Eli Lilly is a company that has to meet certain profit expectations of their investors. And they're a very overvalued company right now by a lot of estimates, meaning that their stock price valuation, what it costs to buy a share of Lilly stock right now, is not exactly reflective of what their earnings are right now. And so it's all built on this hype around really Mounjaro. And Mounjaro right now is just forgiving the sins of their COVID treatments that artificially boosted Eli Lilly's stock for a lot of years. And now those are just gone. And that's why they didn't meet their earnings projections in the first quarter. Mounjaro sales up. They pulled the coupon rug out from underneath people, and now they're moving people to paid scripts, which is just conference call talk for people who aren't getting the medicine for free anymore because of the coupon. Like Lilly's not footing the bill. And as this moves to a medicine that is approved for weight loss treatment, listen, it's going to be the best by the clinical trials. It will be the best medicine available to treat obesity. Period. Full stop. It just will be. It's going to be more expensive than Wegovy. It's going to not have a card that makes it free. It would be irresponsible of Lilly to do that to the investors, and it would be stupid, honestly, because they're a company that is valued. Their valuation is very high. So I am not a financial expert, but I do know enough to know, and I read enough about Lilly to know that this coupon thing was a bait and switch. It just was. It was to create the hype. Listen, they did not run a commercial on Mounjaro. They ran 0 ads on Mounjaro until the Super Bowl
came out. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Until the Super Bowl.
And now they're everywhere.
Now they're hyping it because it's paid scripts now.
My kid points them out.
The
now.
insurance company. Exactly. I saw one on the other day.
Hey, that's Dave's
picture of it.
show.
Right. So like if you're getting information out there that's giving you false hope that you're gonna get Mounjaro again for $25 without insurance coverage that makes it that cheap, it isn't gonna happen. And I wish that it was different news. Like I feel like I did these videos on the coupon. I was like, here's how we navigate all these changes. This is what these changes means. But once the first of the year hit, the coupon heyday was over. Every piece of good news that was going to come out about the coupon from that point on was done. And I wish it was different news. Now it becomes like, what do we do from here? And that's why I have these questions for Abby, that I have these questions for BJ, who are not diabetics, but they're on Mounjaro. They're seeing this progress. Mm-hmm. So what happens for them when this coupon expires?
And unfortunately, I would say the big pharma companies tend to run the show. So when all of this happens, I would imagine the biggest shortage of compounded tirzepatide you've ever seen.
So there will be a run on the. So I think here's the silver lining with the compounds, like the ability to manufacture these compounds is like it exists. So I don't think it'll be that hard for compound pharmacies to keep up. What I think is going to happen, what's more likely to happen, is that whatever coupon comes out for Mounjaro, okay, Mounjaro for weight loss, whatever coupon comes out from now on, is going to rival the out-of-pocket cost of compounds,
right? Trustworthy
compounds from compound pharmacies that require a paid script, right?
Right.
So because that's their market that they have to compete with. And my calculation is that these compound pharmacies will continue to be able to make these compounds because they're polypeptides, right? They're amino acids. They're naturally occurring substances. I don't think that they are patented in the way that people think they're patented. Their patents are held in the delivery mechanisms of the drug,
right,
the way that you shoot it in, the pen that you use, the specific formula with which they mix this cocktail of amino acids,
right,
to be absorbed over a week's period of time, because peptides have a very short half-life, like usually like measured in hours or days. Mm-hmm. And Eli Lilly with tirzepatide and Novo Nordisk with semaglutide have found a way to make it so your body absorbs it over a 7-day period. The half-life is 5 days of tirzepatide. I think it's a little bit shorter with semaglutide. And Novo Nordisk is currently testing semaglutide, a version of semaglutide that's absorbable over a 30-day period. So you would take it once a month instead of once a week. So that's where the patents are held. I don't think, outside of the pharmaceutical companies putting pressure on politicians, and this is the big if, outside of them putting pressure on politicians, I don't think they're going to get shut down with cease and desist. I don't think the pharmaceutical companies are going to sue. I think what's going to happen is they're going to wait for an opportunity of somebody injecting with a dirty needle, of somebody injecting these bootleg bullcrap peptides that you can buy without a prescription on the internet.
Fake news them out of the
and they're gonna try to merge these two together in the media because the media is also owned by Big Pharma. Try to watch Fox News, try to watch CNN, try to watch MSNBC without seeing a Pfizer commercial or some sort of Big Pharma commercial. They own the media. So they're going to glom onto these stories about somebody taking these bootleg peptides, getting sick, dying, whatever it may be, whatever unfortunate circumstance. And that's how they're going to come after compounds. They're going to scare people. That's a big rabbit trail to say. I think what you'll see is compounds remain available, but you are going to have to be educated about what the difference is between getting a compound medication with a prescription from a trustworthy compound pharmacy, working with your physician, not a pharmacy, PHAM, but a pharmacy.
Unless you're in Massachusetts.
Unless you're in Massachusetts. I don't.
But you should still spell it right.
Oh, pharmacy.
Right.
A wicked pharmacy.
Wicked pharmacy.
So yeah, I just went off on a tangent, and I'm sorry, but I've been a little fired up about this lately because
I like it though.
It's playing out the way that I think that it's going to play out,
But we're down to the wire. You got to start thinking. You got to plan. I'm a planner. I got to have a plan.
Yeah, and I think I'm especially fired up because
I don't need a plan.
This last week, feeling the level of hunger that I felt with a lot less Mounjaro in my bloodstream than I had before. I'm keenly aware of the challenges that these people are going to face if they have to quit this stuff cold turkey.
And that
it's
really
going to be tough.
Your gears.
It does, because I love these people.
Right.
I mean, these people are these are my GLP family here. And I do want you all to have a plan. I think that compound medications are a great option. Talk to your doctor and find a reputable compound pharmacies and stay the heck away from these research only peptides. It's so tempting. It's so tempting because you can buy tirzepatide and semaglutide for a fraction of the cost. They sell it in a powder form. You reconstitute it with bacteriostatic water, and then you inject it to yourself. But the thing is, peptides are extremely unstable in their salt form, and they're coming over from China in a 50-gallon drum, more than likely, bouncing around on the ocean, exposed to super hot temperatures. You know how hot it gets in a cargo container in the middle of the ocean? Hot. You just don't know what the safety and purity of these medications are. That's why the FDA controls these, right? So I'm going to get off my high horse. Pug said, China. And I couldn't agree more. China. All right. So I hope that you have a plan. Amy 2.0, somebody mentioned her earlier in the stream. She has some really good videos about compounded tirzepatide and compounded semaglutide. I won't even try to do a video as good as she does because she's done a really good job with those. So check those out if compounds are something that you're looking at. Cheryl Love says she took research peptides. Listen, I get it. There is a level of desperation that people have, and I get it. And I do not judge anybody who does. I would just strongly warn you to find a different way. Because the research peptides make me very nervous. Because there's just so much. You might take them and you might be just fine. You might actually experience
field of the fire, though.
But you are rolling the dice when you do it in a pretty big way. That's my opinion. I hope that for those of you who have done it or are doing it, that you stay safe. And I really would talk to your doctor about it too. Just say, hey, I got this from this source. Listen, I get the desperation, and I feel so badly for those of you who are in that position. As somebody who has not struggled to get this, I've even gone so far to say, as I've been blessed to be type 2 diabetic when it comes to this. As an obese person as well, it happens to have worked out for me that I've been diabetic to be able to get this medication. I'm sorry for those who it hasn't been the same story for, but please, please, please do your research, and please talk to your doctor, and please research the compound pharmacies if that's the way that you're getting your tirzepatide or semaglutide. We'll get off that high horse. If there's anybody else who wants to call,
someone tried to call, but
somebody from the 910 tried to call. So if you are from the 910 area code and you try to call, we'd love to talk to you before we end this stream. We got a few more minutes before we'll wrap it up tonight.
Close the app or my phone goes to sleep, I don't get the call.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I know.
Like I said, it's not the best
solution.
solution.
I don't have background app refresh on. No, I turned it on the last week so that it would work. I don't know.
I don't even know that. It's like,
whatever.
Doesn't that just mean that it updates your app?
It just means it's running in the background. Well, it kills your battery.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want
when
to
you
kill
leave
your
them all
battery.
on and you have 97,000.
Dave, have you thought us using a fat burner that curbs your appetite? I'm guessing you're saying, have you thought about?
Because I've tried it all.
A fat burner. I don't. I stay away from a lot of supplements for the same reason that I caution people away from the Chita peptides. And that's because, like, I feel like I read a lot of studies about stuff that they find in those things when they really test them. Mm-hmm. And the fat burners especially freak me out because fat burners have had a track record of being cardiovascular taxing.
ACE. Do you remember ACE?
No.
That was like an MLM. I made a few of my friends have cardiac issues and beyond.
See, that scares me. I lost my dad to a heart attack, and so I'm very I'll just say heart things invoke like very real like clinical anxiety in me. And so I stay away from them. But if that's something you're into, do your research. I will say, Pug, that I have now for a month been taking, and I did a video about this from Ageless RX. It requires a prescription, but I've been taking the skinny shot along with my Mounjaro. It hasn't done a dang thing for me. The skinny shot is like what a lot of people think.
It's great to feel like not as desperate anymore that I don't know what this stuff is.
Yeah. So the skinny shot is I'll show it to you before you leave, but it's B12. So it's an injection.
Okay.
It's a cocktail of B12 and then MIC. I don't remember what it stands for. One of them's choline. One of them's like I'm not even going to hazard a guess, but they're basically vitamins, minerals.
Megadosing vitamins.
Yeah, and you just inject it once a week or twice a week. So that I have tried. I don't think it's done a lot for me. I was taking the B12 for fatigue because a lot of these compound medications, they mix semaglutide or tirzepatide with B12. It's supposed to give you some energy.
Right.
Along with that, because first couple days after taking
B12 in my Rockstar.
Is there? Yeah, I mean, I did notice. Like, well, what's the 5 hour energy?
Yeah.
Tons of B12. Tons of B12, so it's very well known for being good. Abby says she does the B12 in the Mecca. I think I remember you saying that as well. Does it do anything for you, Abby? Just out of curiosity. I feel like it.
I was like, you can get that in oral form though, can't you? I feel like there's something that's
a lot of people say that the B12 sublingually is much more bioavailable than the shot. The shots that I have are intermuscular, right? So you got a needle that's you got that. It's a little off-putting putting it in because you're like, am I gonna hit a bone? Like,
well, don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't go all the way in up here. Yeah. Because I think it would hit a bone, but down here I'm good. It's pronounced Gila vitamins. I love Sue.
Never a dull moment.
Abby said, I have, but I do the 2 times a week and double the starting dose. So I just started that, Abby, because I think you mentioned that the other day in the Discord. So I've started that as well. I think I took my first 2 milliliter shot yesterday, and I gotta say it felt very weird shooting all that liquid into my muscle. 2 milliliters seems like a lot of liquid to put in your muscle. Because one time I injected it into my thigh and I could visibly see it, and it weirded me out.
I was just stalking our recent calls and realized that whoever this 910 person is has called us before.
Who's in the 910? Oh, I wonder.
No, because it wasn't the last time we. Oh, wait a minute. No, it wasn't.
Anyway, I'm going to give it 2 more minutes if somebody wants to call tonight, and then we're going to call it a stream. This has been a very fun stream. You all have made this great. Thank you for those who have called tonight. Sue said it's Sue.
Oh, it is Sue.
I wondered. He heard us laugh at his joke, and he's like, "Oh, I need more of that." We need more of Sue.
Right?
So yeah, if you want to try to call again, Sue.
Unfortunately, a drinking game. You drink every time we swatted a bug.
Yeah, we'd be falling over.
Well, not us, them.
Oh yeah,
that'd make for some fun phone
for sure.
calls.
You guys should start drinking a man on a Mounjaro. So one of the things that I thought about when I started.
Don't do your Mounjaro shot though. That would be weird.
I was like, what do I call this channel? What do I do on this channel? And one of the things I thought that I could do is whiskey and Mounjaro. So do you know that song? Whiskey in the Jarro.
No, you sent it to me one time.
Oh, okay. So it's like whiskey and Mounjaro, and so like it could be like Mounjaro and sipping whiskey, and
Yeah.
I decided against it.
You could have like worn a suit and
Smoked a cigar.
been like the most interesting man.
I realized,
you know,
very quickly that's not me at all.
But then you,
somebody.
I don't. Can you hear us on the computer?
I think they can hear us now. So I think what happened was as soon as Sue called on my phone, I answered it and it muted the stream. I think you guys can hear us now.
Yeah.
So Sue, we're gonna proceed as if they can hear you.
Oh yeah, we were talking. Sorry. Dave was talking to the people and he wasn't paying attention to us. Everybody is on the same page now.
Okay, well, everybody can hear?
Yes.
Sorry about that, folks.
Okay, cool.
We're good.
Good. Listen, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
So good.
I'm doing so wonderful.
You're so Midwestern, Dave. You're not doing so good.
Has anybody seen Tom's latest video where he's got a dog licking another dog?
Yes.
And he's got, okay, but the song he's got going is, I wanna kiss you on
And over and again.
You do not own the rights to this song.
To the night closes.
Did you call just to tell Pug to stop?
We need to have an intervention. That's a creepy song to be playing.
I was trying to figure out, the caption didn't match the song, but I could just feel the love that dog had for the other one. But I think it was mom and son, right?
Oh, this is getting worse.
It was. It was the mom. Was it the mom licking the son?
Yeah, something. I don't know.
And the song.
You guys are gonna break the YouTube algorithm.
But the tortilla blanket.
I'm gonna get demonetized.
Dave, listen. How much you hate Pug? You put all this effort into your videos, and then Pug puts out a Pug video and gets like 10,000 views in like 30 minutes.
And everybody left his live last week to go watch the Pug.
Hey, listen.
Dave helping people, and here's Pug, cute Pug, and then it's like, the algorithm just sucks everybody over there.
It was the emoji.
Hey,
it was the emoji.
With the amount of super chats that Pug has given me,
he owns this channel.
Yeah, he owns this channel. Like, Pug actually owns the rights to Man in the Jar now.
Yeah, you can Pug the world.
He's gonna own the rights to everything Dave cooks on his grill here in a minute.
Right. Absolutely.
Pug life. Love
Pug
it.
life.
We need like a sign.
Yeah.
Can't make a P with my hand.
Listen, I just love hearing what Pug puts out, and I tell you, this is such a supportive crew, and I'm so impressed with how well he's done. And I forgot there's a guy in Jeff, I think Boston Eugene, and he's doing well. It's everybody's doing so good. Abby is getting down to her milestone. I mean, that's just great. We're celebrating. We're so fortunate to have this medicine with us, and we'll get through the pricing. And we're just so lucky to be in this time.
Yeah. And I think the other cool thing, Sue, is that as these changes happen to the coupon, as we wait for approval for obesity treatments, we're all in this together, and we're all here.
Yes,
And this is a place that we can get together and talk through these things and hear about what everybody's plans are and just keep trudging forward as we kind of all navigate this together. So that's exciting.
Shall pass.
Dave, I'm going to leave. I just want to just say one thing. It's like, and I don't say this in a judgy way, but I would just encourage everybody, I hope they're in a safe place where they can walk and at least get some exercise every day. Krissy, I know your job is very busy. I would just encourage people. I've got like a recumbent bike and a treadmill, but I just hope that people have a safe space and encouragement to get out there. The summer's here. Let's sweat a little.
Get some vitamin D and
Excellent
some fresh
advice,
air.
Sue. And another plug for the Stride Kick app that I joined tonight. Let's
create a team.
figure out how we can develop a little thing for the community and that we can all be on there, because then it's just a little bit of accountability to see how much everybody's moving. And
let's keep track of who's got the most steps for the week on the lives.
There we go. Yeah, we could do that. Give
shout
a shout out.
Good idea.
That's why I keep her around.
Can you spell the name of the app?
Yeah, so I might lose everybody here for a second, but it's Stride, like walking, STRID, and then kick, and I straight kick, KICK. So Stride, kick.
This is a ratings thing.
Yes. I kick and I stretch. I'm 50.
You've had a long show. Thank you so much, Krissy.
Love
Love you.
you.
Dave, you're the best.
Sue, you're the best. All right, thanks, buddy. With that, join the Stride Kick app. Hit that like before you go. Drop a comment after the stream is over. You are the best part of this channel. Thank you so much for joining tonight. This was a very fun live stream. We'll do it again. Pug gets to choose what kind of grill I buy because he had the $20 super chat. Thank you for those of you who also gave super chats tonight. Super, super kind of you. We had a lot of fun tonight. I hope that you'll invite your friends to come along on this journey too. We've had so much fun. Until next time, we will see you out on the pen next week. Take care.